Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are back here once more in Svartalfheim with Javi. Oh well, technically I should say we are still here after defeating Surtur in that tower over here. And yeah, now we have this giant beam of light coming out of the tower, so that happened. But I haven't returned to the real world yet because apparently there's still something we can do here. Now obviously the quest itself is done. As you can see, there's no more quest here in Svartalfheim, and the world map is completely finished. All the regions are picked clean. However, after the end of the credits in the last episode, Javi said something like, oh, maybe I should return to the shelter and tell them about my victory. So I guess I will oblige and I will travel back to... I guess he's talking about the Hodda shelter because that's the one where we have been the last time. Or maybe I should just check all the shelters. I don't know. But let's have a look at the Hodda shelter first and see if we can, you know, announce our victory to the dwarves there. Why not? Alright, here we are. Let's see if we can talk to someone. I mean, Ivaldi might still be around here, right? Oh, we actually
Smell
have
that? The breath of liberty. My gift to you.
They don't seem very
Why the
impressed.
sour faces? Would you rather remain fugitives?
Oh, what's going on here?
So the whispers were true. You were here in Svartalfheim all alone.
You have been busy, High One. Your vengeance floods the entire land like a raging river that has burst its banks.
Why are you here?
I too bring a gift. Dread rumors from Asgard. Rumors you would have heard had you not been so... preoccupied.
What has Loki done now?
Of course, it had to be
Escaped the cell
Loki.
in which you left him to rot.
Oh.
Unbound Fenrir, awoken Jormungandr, rallied Hel, now raising an army like no other. Clearly, he has been busy too. Of course, Loki is not your only problem. Soon the gates of Muspelheimr will grind open, and its minions will emerge, demanding retribution for their fallen king. And let us not forget Suttungr in Jotunheim. Do you really think he will miss this chance to settle old scores?
Yeah, he made quite a few
Your
enemies.
vengeance
Huh?
comes at a price, High One, and you and everything you hold dear are it.
So there is to be a fight. I haven't lost one yet.
You have heard of the Twilight Sword?
Surtur's blade, destined to cut the sky and signal Ragnarok. I stuffed it down his gullet.
As I came here, a great beam of light rose from that lone tower, tore the sky asunder. Your doing, I assume? It is you who ignites Ragnarok.
Huh. Okay.
So it begins. By my own hand. Hurricane. A favor, please.
Have I not already done you one?
Not for me. For you. Go to that tower you spoke of. Within you will find an elven marble lying amid the ashes. Take it.
Why?
It offers a way to deliver the one you have lost, yet seek to save. But first it must be emptied of those lost souls within.
I already have a plan to rescue my love.
There's always a better one. Now go.
What is this trick? You don't care about her lost love.
I care about Balder. If she can free him, even unintentionally, he may yet make it to the other side of Ragnarok. Ragnarok comes, yet I will abide, though not as I am, and not in this body. I will not forget this life, not one breath. I will always remember when Odin, son of Bor, father of Thor, was me.
Yeah, I think this is the first time he refers to himself as Odin.
So many starving
Well played, Loki. We shall have our fight. Soon enough.
Soon enough. Okay, well, I mean, that was an interesting revelation, I guess. Although it does bring up a few questions. I mean, if Odin is the one who caused Ragnarok, then, I mean, what does this symbolize? Because, as we've learned before, these visions that Eivor's having, they're not really visions. They are more like retellings of what happened to the Isu a long time ago. And they are just translated into, you know, imagery taken from Norse mythology. So, for example, Loki's son, Fenrir, is probably not actually a wolf. He's probably just a normal, that is, human-shaped Isu. And he just appears as a wolf in these visions. And in these visions, Ragnarok was always like a symbol for, you know, that cataclysmic event that destroyed the Isu. But I mean, that wasn't caused by any Isu. That's just a natural recurring event that just happened and they couldn't prevent it. So if they say Odin caused or started Ragnarok, well, I guess technically they said that he signaled Ragnarok when he ignited that sword of twilight or whatever it was called. They didn't specifically say that he caused it. And maybe it's just like a metaphor for a larger collection of events, because apparently there wasn't just the solar flare. We know that, for example, the humans also had their uprising at roughly the same time. And it looks like there may have been like a large war between different Isu nations at the same time, and Odin may have started that. So maybe they don't actually mean to say that Odin caused the solar flare, because that would be a bit of a retcon, right? Because so far there was never any mentioning that, you know, the Isu caused the solar flare that destroyed them. Also, another thing that I find interesting, it looks like Hyrrokin, that is Juno, is now going to get the Salaka. And I wonder if that's what she's going to use for her own survival, because we know that she used a different method to survive the solar flare than, you know, her loved one, Aita, or the Isu for that matter. They were reborn into new bodies, but Juno just transferred herself, her consciousness, into some kind of artifact until Desmond freed her in Assassin's Creed 3, right? So maybe that was actually the Salaka. So she somehow slipped inside the Salaka to survive the solar flare. I guess that could be possible. And it would actually explain what the function of the Salaka is, because so far it was all very vague, you know. Why is it so powerful? Why do we need to keep it out of Surtur's hand? So yeah, maybe that is the artifact that Desmond touched when he died. And that's the reason why he died, because the Salaka kinda kills people or absorbs them or whatever. But yeah, I guess this is now truly the end of this DLC. I'm not sure if I really need to check out the other dwarven shelters. I think instead I will just return to the real world, so I can just... Okay, I don't actually have to travel here. I can just wake up straight away. Let's do that.
The wolf is coming, brothers and sisters.
Oh,
It fights us all
completed.
in the end. No matter how we hide, in its jaws is an end, or a beginning. And we will never know which till the last black bite. Should we lay down for it then? Bare our throats to its teeth? Or fight, with every sinew in our bodies to hold it away? Knowing always that our strength must fail, and the wolf will take us. I know only this. Each day is a gift from the dead to the living.
Wise
Each
words.
smile brought by another's tears. And when the wolf runs free, all we will have are those we fought to keep. So I will keep you, my people. I will fight the wolf for every inch of this land. Till the hour he claims me, I will buy you your days of love and laughter. Use them well. These new visions of Odin trouble me. Am I alone in seeing them? Or do the tales of Svartalfheim hold some other meaning? Perhaps I should warm my bones by the fire. Gather my thoughts for a moment.
Okay, you still have visions of Odin. I thought we were done with this now. Let me have a look at this. Oh, legendary horde. Still troubled by visions of Havi's time in Svartalfheim, Eivor seeks solace by hearing mythical tales from the age of Odin, told by trusted allies. But could there be more to such fables than a mere story? Wait for friends by the fire. Okay, apparently there's still more. And I guess I should at least check this out to see what this is all about. So I guess I'll make my way over to that fire again. I suppose it's the same where we had to fight the wolves. Also, it's getting dark already, so maybe let me skip until morning. And then we will return to the fire.
Oh, look at you, Dewey.
Alright, here's a fire. That actually seems to be a different fire, but either way, let's wait. The mason who sought renown, the king and his legacy, the consequences of Thor's folly, the miner and his calling. Okay, these are the tales I can listen to. Well, let's hear the one about the mason who sought renown.
Tove, how have you been?
The fire made me think of the myths and legends Sven loved.
Would you indulge me with a tale? I would be glad to hear of Svartalfheim.
I would not tell it half as well, but his favorite was a fable to remind us to find meaning in our deeds and not in how others think of us. Svartalfheim was not short of legendary dwarven blacksmiths. Everyone has heard of Evaldil,
Indeed.
and Sindri. But this tale is of a stonemason. He lived as far south as he could, where Gulnamar meets Vangrid. His workshop sat upon the shoreline. Obsessed with glory, his love of masonry had all but died. He scoured the shore, seeking precious stones washed up from other realms. Then he saw it. Something beautiful, glittering, shimmering across the water, upon an island he had never dared travel to. He hastily built a boat, working long into the night. He set sail and found many rocks that sparkled and dazzled upon the island. He cried out in joy. To craft anything from such stones, he would be remembered for all time. Then he felt a sudden sting on his foot. Then another, and another. His eyes adjusted to the dark. So consumed was he by his desire for renown, he failed to realize he had walked into a nest
Oh
of
dear.
snakes.
How
until it
can
was
you not
already
notice that?
too late. And so, clutching the stone that sealed his fate, there he died. Remembered, yes, but only for his folly.
Fine tale, Toby. Well told. Sven would be proud.
Yes, I thought it was very well told. Thank you for that story. And yeah, I skipped until morning, but they just skipped to night afterwards. And I suppose it makes sense that you tell, stories at the fire during the night and not during the day, so maybe it's better this way. Okay, now let's hear about the king and his legacy.
You and Richard well.
Of course. The flames soothe my mind, as do the tales told here.
Do you have one to share, Gunnar? A legend of Svartalfheim.
Aye, a story of a king who could not see the wood for the trees. Reidmar, greatest of dwarven kings. Within his palace in Gulnamar, he wanted for nothing except an heir. Reidmar and his wife had grown old. Perhaps too old. Late one night, consumed with worry, Reidmar walked in the shadow of his vast mountain-top palace, tears in his eyes. "The great king! What ails you?" a voice said. Afraid, Reidmar saw no one. "Who goes there?" he replied. Then he saw who addressed him. A vast and ancient tree, perhaps almost as old as Ymir himself. Reidmar sat upon its roots and told the tree he feared he was too old to give his subjects the legacy they deserved. The tree was so moved, it wept and offered its tears to Reidmar. "Drink, great king," it said, "and your woes shall be washed away." Reidmar observed the grass, the meadows, the leaves of the tree. His subjects' happiness could be seen in how they cared for the land. His legacy was all around him. Reidmar felt at ease, realizing he had everything he needed, and asked that the land receive the tree's gift instead. The tree's happy tears flowed evermore, enriching the land. 9 moons passed, and a baby's cry rang through Reidmar's palace. Long would dwarves place gifts in the weeping tree's roots, in memory of Reidmar and his kindness that shaped all he touched.
All things happen when they should, old friend.
I hope so.
Something on your mind as well, maybe? But yeah, that was a nice story. Maybe something that Eivor can relate to as well. I mean, she doesn't have an heir, so to speak, but she certainly has a legacy. Anyway, let's hear about the consequences of Thor's folly.
Eivor! Whatever is the matter? Have you been spending too much time drinking Valka's special sauces again?
I am troubled by visions of Odin and of Svartalfheim. They flood my mind without warning, without invitation.
Aha! Which is how Thor flooded Svartalfheim. Thor, fast to act, but not so fast to think, would stomp and thump and fight and bump everywhere he and Mjolnir should go. One day, he fought a giant in Jotunheim with such ferocity that Thor's killing blow was felt through all 9 realms. The ground shook, mountains rose up, hills tore apart, creating canyons, and north of Svaladal, the massive lake that housed the springs of Yggdrasil split open, flooding all of Svartalfheim. The dwarf king, Hreidmar, acted swiftly. He built 3 mighty dams, preventing further damage to his realm, working alongside his beloved subjects. So surprised was one builder to see the great king working as an equal that he slipped, tumbling into the raging waters below. Without hesitation, Hreidmar leapt, once from his horse and again from the center of the dam's lip, diving into the frightful torrent. Before the builder could even cry for help, Hreidmar was pulling him onto dry land. And so 2 giant statues were built to honor the king, one for each leap of unthinking bravery, and stood until the end of days.
Until Ragnarok.
Aye! So you see, actions ripple outward, like a stone falling into a lake. Or like Thor crushing a Jotun skull with Mjolnir.
Affecting everything, whether foretold or unknown.
I fear my tale has only worsened
No, it's
your
fine.
concerns.
No, a good story is a log that feeds a mind's flame. Thank you, friend.
Yeah, it's a fine story with an important message. And well told as well. Okay, and finally, the miner and his calling.
I hear you seek tales of Svartalfheim. You are not alone in your glimpses of the Aesir.
You have seen them too.
No. Only the power the visions hold, and their effect on those once held dear.
You speak of Sigurd.
Do you want my tale or not?
Of course.
There was a dwarven miner who cared only for his work. Mining was all he knew, all he wanted to know, and all he would ever know. One day, he heard a strange noise. All his long life, working in the northern mines of Vangrim, he had never known a boulder to squeak. He ignored it at first, but as the hours passed, the squeaking continued relentlessly. When the miner could take no more, he split the boulder apart with his pick, and then he saw a squirrel. Until now, pinned by the boulder, afraid and tired, the freed squirrel climbed into the miner's long beard and slept for 3 days. When the dwarf awoke the next day, he found fruit and nuts waiting for him. A gift from the squirrel, the first the miner had ever received. Finally, the miner had a friend. The squirrel led the dwarf to a stone hill within a lake. There, the dwarf would fish for supper, while the squirrel played in the trees. One night, watching his fishing line, the dwarf drifted off to sleep, smiling, enjoying the happy squeaks of his friend above. When the sun rose, its light did not find the dwarf, for he had turned to stone, his short-lived bliss captured evermore.
And the squirrel?
It never left his side, hoping his friend would awaken, just as the miner had waited for the squirrel to do the same.
Sigurd. He is not lost to us.
Well, I mean, the last story didn't really have much of a happy ending, but thank you anyway. And yeah, I guess that's all the stories.
In every great story there is truth to be found. could be found in Svartalfheim in the place they spoke of.
Well, I guess I will have a look at what I just got here. Maps? Are they like treasure? Oh, they are treasure maps. Okay, I see. So I can go back to Svartalfheim and try to find these treasures. But as you can see, I haven't really done any treasure hunting in this game, and I don't really need any more weapons or materials or whatever, so I'm afraid these treasures will be unfound, or at the very least have to wait until later. But either way, the quest is done, so I can or cannot decide to pick up the treasures later. Still, hearing all these stories from your friends was a pretty nice idea. So now, we still have some time in this episode, which means we will continue with one of the two quests that I still want to finish, which is Last Goodbyes and The Raven and the Cuckoo. I'm just not sure what to do first, but I mean, this sounds very final, so maybe we will do this one first. Speak to the crew member at the docks. Ava investigates a disturbance on Ravensthorpe's doorsteps. Now, I still need to stock up some supplies, since I used up a lot of them in the fight against Surtur. So I will buy some rations and arrows, and I will bring you back once I am prepared for the next mission. Alright, I am back. I am well stocked and well rested because I skipped until morning. So now we can go to the dock and check out which of these people wants to talk to us. Okay, it is the guy who has been screaming around here. So finally we can see what's going on here.
Where did the others go? Eivor, you should hear this.
Alright.
This Backrot and his friends had the
listening.
foolish balls to raid Ravensthorpe.
Are the others dead?
A few. Most of them escaped. They did not damage much, but made off with some of our gear. Should I get Randvi?
No, she has enough on her table. I'll handle this. So, you thought you would play at Vikinger, little man. Are you prepared to go all the way?
You won't get anything out of me, Danish scum. I'll never talk.
I am Norse. Makes you think I want to hear you talk.
Important distinction.
Maybe I'll take my payment in flesh. Chop off his leg. It does not need to be a clean cut. No need to sharpen your blade.
No, please! Don't cut off my leg! It was Sir Edward who wanted your stuff. He paid us to do it.
Sir Edward.
Well, he broke quickly.
It's the Earl of Westerna. Or that's what he calls himself. Said he hates Vikings. Your lot especially.
Where can I find this Sir Edward, Earl of Westerna?
I don't know. I'm new. We were supposed to steal the gear, then meet at the longship west of Ravensburg. That's all I know.
You can take him to Randvi now. Maybe we can trade him for a pig. I'm off to check out this longship.
Okay.
Item!
Okay, I guess this person over there is part of a completely different quest. So, let's see what we have to do here. Reach the Saxon meeting spot in Grantbridgeshire. Haven't been there in quite some time. On the shore to the south of Wandry. Okay, here's Wandry, but the shore is kind of to the north of it, so it's gotta be somewhere. Well, I guess it could be all the way down here, but maybe I should just check the entire coast just to make sure. So let's just travel to this harbor over here, and then let's follow the river until we found the spot. And yeah, I may wanna do this by boat because I'm not sure how far I have to travel here. So let's look for a longboat. That's what I'm trying to find here, right? Well, there is one exactly where I put my marker, so maybe my instincts are correct. I guess it is kind of south of that place. Let's have a closer look at this.
Our prisoner did not lie about this location. Fear breeds truth.
This is exactly the place we're looking for. Reminder to all sentries, wear Dane uniforms at all times. No personal items or clothing may be visible. Dane accent is recommended but not required. Ask Sigurd for tips if needed. Any approaching ships or travelers must be reported immediately, avoiding alarms or loud shouting. Do not attempt to sail the longship again. Okay, so they are trying to impersonate Danes, Vikings that is, for some reason.
Looks like they were planning to launch a raid dressed as Raven Clan, and blame us for it.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're not doing our own fair share of raiding, so I'm not sure what that would accomplish. But I guess that's what they were trying to do.
The Saxons must have stolen this longship. They added our clan banner, but do not know how to mount shields.
Well, apparently Eivor is not impressed with that disguise for the ship, at least. Okay, we have more clues over here. Some dead people.
This outfit is still in good shape. I'll reclaim it for our clan.
Okay, sure. Waste not, right? Oh yeah, I actually got it now. Raven Clan crew outfit. Alright.
This was a slaughter, not a battle. The wounds are very precise and familiar.
Okay, familiar how? And I guess I need one more clue. Okay, here we go.
You there! What happened here? Who killed the sentries?
Not me.
Is that a joke? You won't be laughing when I drag you before Earl Edward to answer for your incompetence.
I would very much like to meet your Earl Edward.
Captain, I think that's a real Viking.
You're right about that.
Drop your weapons, Dane, and submit to me!
I'm Norse, and you will die for soiling the honor of the Raven Clan.
Suddenly she's very particular about being called North and not Dane. What is going on here? Huh. Who are you?
You are true, Raven.
Well, that's a hidden blade.
My name is Roshan,
Ah,
and we share a common enemy.
okay.
Sir Edward,
The Earl of Westerna is a puppet, manipulated by one called Alcila, a fitting title given her duplicitous nature. She belongs to an order who employ disruption and strive to further their ends. Your clan is a tool in her schemes.
I have met such weavers of intrigue before, and those who oppose them.
Indeed.
I would consider the enemy of my enemy a friend. Let me guide you to where you can take your revenge on the Earl.
Lead the way.
Roshan, huh? Sounds like a Persian name to me, so you're a long way from
If
home.
this Alcila seeks to wield my clan's honor as a weapon, she shall find it cuts both ways.
Satisfy yourself with the Earl, and leave Alcila to me.
Perhaps this task is best left to one who is young. To one more familiar with these lands.
I was killing her kind before you were off your mother's teat. The Earl's death will draw her out. Leave the rest to me. That blade you wear upon your arm, where did you get it?
It was a gift from my brother.
Truly? Is he
A great warrior and traveler who discovered many things. And yours?
Reclaimed after a long absence. The years without it were the hardest I've known.
Your endurance is impressive for one of your years. And I meant no disrespect when I offered to kill the one you...
My blade has grown neither rusty nor dull. What I lack in brutish strength, I make up in quiet subtlety.
Well, I can be quiet
silent
too.
when I choose.
Huh.
Yes.
You may be exceptional among your kind, child. But I am a lifetime ahead of you in that.
What do you know of Earl Edward? Why does he hate the Raven clan so?
He blames you for the loss of his title and property. The very land where Ravensthorpe now stands.
It was there for the taking, abandoned and uncared for. His quarrel is with those who came before us.
It matters not to him. He hates all Vikings and will work with whomever will help discredit you and drive you from England.
So he wants to reclaim what was once his land. You're a little bit late, because at this point we have already built like an entire village on that land. So yeah, we're not going to leave, I'm afraid.
We will have a better view from atop this tower.
Alright. So I may want to take a few more arrows. Speak with Roshan. Let's do it.
That is where Alcila and the Earl make camp.
At Ravensburg, no less. They will choke on their arrogance.
Alcila's gold has built up the fort's defenses. It will be no easy thing to penetrate.
A challenge for some, perhaps. Less so for me. Do you know what lies within its walls?
If I describe what I have learned, could you picture it with your mind's eye?
I can do better. Sunan!
That I can. That I can.
Listen carefully. The Saxons within the outer wall are less disciplined, relying on their Viking attire to deflect curiosity.
They will not notice one more Viking among them. I could use the outfit I took off the dead Saxon at the longship.
Very good. Also, some Saxons are engaged in tasks which could help you blend in.
What of the Earl? Where is he?
Within the heart of the encampment. He plays at holding court. But in truth, Alcila keeps him leashed like a hungry dog. The Earl's death must be loud and unmistakable. A clamor Alcila cannot ignore.
Alright.
So, a silent approach with a noisome finish. This is your counsel.
Interesting.
Is your mind capable of balancing two conflicting ideas while orchestrating this necessary distraction?
I could kill the Earl 100 different ways while composing a great song for the occasion. Do you have a preference?
In the open, beneath that tree. Approach silently, then kill him in full view of his men.
Alright.
That will draw the spider out.
I will create a commotion the gods could not ignore.
Good. Will you now don the outfit you took from the Saxon imposter? To better blend with the rest?
I guess I may as well. I mean, I guess it's not going to be as good an armor as what I'm currently wearing, but if it's going to make me stealthier, I will take it. Alright, let's do this. Assassinate the Earl. The Earl is giving a speech under Ravensburg's largest tree. The assassination event will create the diversion needed to draw out Alcila. Okay.
This disguise will help me play the imposter.
Kill the Earl of Westerner. Assassination will have the largest impact. The imposter's uniform will help infiltrate Ravensburg. Okay, let's go down and let's see how we can infiltrate this place most efficiently. I mean, I can already see that There's pretty high and unclimbable walls all around, so I may have to go through the main entrance. But let's maybe look around to make sure there isn't a better way. So first of all, not only do I have to get over this wall, I also have to get up onto like the second level, which I guess I could do via this bridge. Also, this might be a good way inside, maybe. Just climb up here, make my way to that bridge, and then onto the next level. Because I'm not really seeing any other good way to get to the higher level. All these walls are unclimbable. And I guess it's kind of built like a spiral, but I would prefer not to go through the entire spiral. So I think that one entry point that I just found might be the best. I mean, I can't climb this rope in the opposite direction, right? Okay, let's try this. This doesn't seem to be the worst strategy.
Shouldn't be seen. Better be hooded.
Okay, over here we have a potential entry point.
Why is the Earl so obsessed with the Raven clan?
They took his land or something, I don't know. Who cares so long as we're paid?
Well, you do not seem to care. Well, already have some people looking at us, but I mean, at the moment it's just a distrust zone. But maybe staying hidden would not be a bad idea anyway. Can I use like this tree to my advantage in some form? I don't want to get too close to all these guys, to be honest. I don't think this will help me get up the wall. So maybe I'll just continue in this direction. Yeah, now I'm running out of tall grass to hide in. So maybe I have to go openly and hope that they don't suspect me. First of all, I should walk and not run. And let's stay away from everyone who could be dangerous. Well, let's blend in. Okay, how will I get past these guys? Maybe I should have dropped that weight on this guy. Oof. Well, guess I will try to move on. We have more tall grass.
Have you seen that foreign bird, Alcila? Oh, I wouldn't mind a slice of that.
Way I hear it, she'd cut you 10 ways to next week. Anyway, she rarely leaves that cabin of hers. Keeps it locked tight.
Okay, I'm at the bridge now, but it's kinda hard to climb up here in plain sight, so...
This area is heavily guarded. I need to take more care.
Let's see if I can find a different place to climb. Maybe over here. Do we have any people on top of the bridge? Not really? Well, there's one over here. But I mean, Can probably just climb up here. Oh, well. Careful. Okay. Okay, we made it this far, and I can see my target. So, this is maybe a good idea. Maybe. But I still need to get close enough to actually assassinate him, because I guess even if I can shoot him, I would still have to confirm the kill, right? As you usually have to. So how would I do that? Can I maybe get onto that tall tree? Maybe via one of these ropes?
I need to be patient, or risk rousing suspicion.
Yes, I'm trying to be patient. Let's maybe hide in the grass here, on top of that building, and then we will use one of the ropes. Oh, well. Careful. Okay. Are you just going to stand here? I mean, I could maybe assassinate him, but do I want to risk it? Let's try this again. Okay, here we go.
With the riches we earn from these Viking
Getting very
raids,
close,
I will reclaim my lands, and
but
we
I don't
shall
see any
all
way
live like kings.
onto the tree.
We must take
However,
care not to show our hand
if I get into
until
that
plan reaches
tall
fruition.
grass over here,
All gold and
that would work
silver
out as well.
belong to us. Any writings you find are reserved for Alcila.
Okay,
Do we want
I think
the
I can do
Danes
this.
taking our women and plowing our land? Yeah,
There we
we'll
go.
show those fucking
There
Danes.
is the Earl. To meet Roshan's challenge, I should strike from behind.
Yes, I should totally do that.
Danes must soil our
Oh, I can
shores
assassinate from
before
here?
we wait. If this
Let's
venture
do it.
is to succeed, and it will succeed, people must truly believe we are Vikings. We must adopt the mindset of these murderous, thieving barbarians. We must raid them as they have raided our lands. It's not enough to simply look like Vikings. We must get inside their heads.
Well, good luck with that. And now you will die by a Viking's hand.
You want to be Vikings? Are you ready to die like a Viking? I am.
Oh, wow. That certainly made an impression. That made an impression. Hopefully enough of a distraction to lure out our target. There we go.
I have been held hostage by that animal! Come closer, that I may look upon the face of my liberator.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can trust you, especially if you have a knife behind your back. But I see Roshan is going to take care of it. Nice.
It is done.
It is done.
Freya's might. To be that deadly after so many winters.
And I would say it was a job well done. We didn't even kill anyone else but our target. Or the two targets, that is.
That was a glorious sideways one. It was as though Hell, Queen of the Underworld, descended from that tree.
I think I felt her in my bones. And not in any comforting way.
Are you?
I am fine. Though I will pay for that glory later.
So, now that your destiny is achieved, will you seek a more peaceful path?
Alcila was merely an obstacle on a long road. This is the real prize of the day. I'd retrieved it after I put that witch to rest.
What is
it?
The future. A seed to plant in Jerusalem.
So the fates are not finished with you.
Does it ever end? And you? Are you satisfied to have achieved your vengeance?
My greatest satisfaction is knowing that the honor of the Raven clan is unblemished, and that my people are safe.
As it shall ever be, so long as you are the champion. Goodbye, Eivor Wolf-Kissed of the Raven clan.
Alright. So is that all there is to this? Yep, there is the end of this quest. So this seems to be kind of a crossover slash setup slash teaser for the next game, right? For Mirage, Mentor of Alamut. So yeah, this is clearly like an assassin or a hidden one from Persia or somewhere around that area. And that means it's a good idea to play this while I still have this game installed, even though I don't intend to play Mirage anytime soon, so it's just like a little preview of what's to come. Also, it would be kind of weird to introduce like a new gameplay mechanic for just this one quest. You know, this whole distraction thing. It's probably going to play a role in the upcoming game. Anyway, I think the episode is definitely long enough now, so I'm going to make a cut here. And we have one more quest to finish in the next episode, the final goodbye. So the next episode may actually be the last episode of this Let's Play, so I hope you're looking forward to that. But for now, let's call it a day as always. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.